Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for this week, so the 29th to the 4th of June. So let's have a little look together and see what's going on for you guys. The scenery has changed. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my laptop to make sure everything's running well. But let's see the messages for you guys. Okay, there is definitely a feeling of feeling quite lost, not really sure what direction to go in. For some of you, there is a need to understand that we might not need an explanation or an understanding right now of where to go next. I think a big part of you maybe is feeling like you want to figure it all out, which I understand. But based off of the cards that are coming through, you might be actually dodging a bullet by waiting for something, or actually by not running with the wind and seeing where it leads you. I think that in this point of time, nothing around you is resonating, or certain pathways that you're being given the choice to choose from is not really resonating with you, and there is a reason for that, and I will dive into it with the tarot. But I am just going to show you the cards that came through for you in the oracle deck. It was the Fork in the Road card that came up first, which is about feeling quite stuck. As you can see, it's about making decisions about where you're going moving forward, and actually not really being certain about what direction to go in. So as you can see, there is a light coming through behind this animal here, which is kind of like showing you that there is divine guidance coming through. There is a right direction coming in. If it's nothing that you're seeing, then maybe you're actually supposed to go against the status quo, or maybe the options that you have in front of you, there is a reason why you're not feeling like going for them. Or again, if you are just feeling quite stuck and uncertain, then there is some divine guidance coming in. When we have the card Blessed, it is about having gratitude for your current situation, Aries, only because sometimes we feel like we just want to dive straight into something, and then we later realize the hard way that we weren't quite ready for it, or that we wish we had waited a little bit more. So this card is asking for you to have a little bit of gratitude and a little bit of patience when it comes down to your path and where you currently are at. You may not be where you want to be, but maybe you have actually progressed from where you used to be. So there is a little bit of like bittersweet message coming in there. As you can see, this lovely butterfly lady is coming outside this chrysalis, cocoon, whatever you want to call it, but she's still half done, but half undone. Like, there's a bad way of describing things, but my ways of describing things are going very south. But as you can see, I always say that this represents the flow of life and the forward movement, and the flow taking us somewhere. But it seems like you being above it is a good choice right now. So make sure you are resting this week. Make sure that you are understanding that it's okay to slow down. I know you're a fire sign. It can be very hard to not feel like you have to be pursuing and chasing and running and being energetic and fun. So it is a really good time to relax a little bit, or at least pay some gratitude for your current situation, whatever it may be. It may be a really difficult time for you, of feeling quite lost and not being certain about what to do, but they are asking for you to appreciate that you have done some work within. You have grown some wings. You are getting ready for something big, but maybe it's not the right time just yet. So just pay attention to that. All right, anything for Aries? You have the King of Swords coming through. This is coming through as maybe you're dealing with an air sign here, Aries. Okay, so just pay attention to that. But King of Swords coming up first in your reading really describes an energy of, being in this energy, sorry. So King of Swords is very analytical. It is being in a very logical mind, not an emotional state, but actually really being observant about the facts that you have around you. So if there is nothing around you that's resonating with you, when it comes down to choices moving forward, then it's actually okay. Like, being very logical with it is understanding that a solution will come about. So I feel like you're in your head a lot. I think you will find the answer that you're looking for here, and it may be to take a leap of faith. As we saw with that butterfly energy, it's about jumping into the flow of life. The Fool card coming through is what you feel coming. Like, I feel like you know that you're going to do something big, or that something is you're going to jump straight into something. This kind of feels more career orientated, or it could be anything. It's being quite general for you guys today. But the Fool card is taking a big risk, big leap of faith, doing something really kind of exciting. You don't really know where this is going to go or where it's going to lead you, but you feel like you want to do this. Of course, be very careful. The Fool card can represent, certain naiveties, a little bit of childlike behavior, which is not always a bad thing. This is something that you can feel coming, but it does feel like in the meantime, is being in your logical mind and waiting for those solutions or finding those solutions fast. Being very logical with it. All right, let's clarify this King of Swords. We do have the Six of Cups coming through. Some of you may be stuck in your head with a past situation. Some of you definitely did grow up in some sort of poverty, by the way, with the Ten of Pentacles. There was some struggle here when it came down to your home, your family, or some sort of foundations that you guys had. Six of Cups is bringing in that nostalgia. So that's the emotions that's coming through. Maybe there is a fear of going back to certain, pathways that you don't want to go back down. Or again, kind of going through what people in your family went through or anything like that. There is this fear coming through that I can see with this. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Four of Pentacles, so this does need to be released, and that is something that they are asking you of. When we start to fret and start to be frightened about our path ahead and try to just grab, with this, when we're feeling lost and feeling stuck, Aries, we can really just try to throw everything in, and panic and just choose something out of pure panic and settle for less. This is kind of understanding that you're good in your energy. It may not be the best situation, as I was saying, but you are feeling a leap of faith. You will take it. But there is a fear coming in from your maybe childhood, maybe your past situation. This nostalgia is coming in, making you fear that you aren't going to reach that potential that you're wanting to actually reach with this Ten of Pentacles financially, whatever success looks like to you. This is represented by the Ten of Pentacles, okay? Home life, just stability in general. All right, the Six of Cups is coming through kind of like a fear. But this is why the King of Swords is here, is, okay, be very logical about this. Don't attach your emotions. If you do not want to go down that path, then it is just about making different decisions than the people that you saw go through this, or that maybe you once went through, Because underneath this Four of Pentacles, which is a card of holding on too tightly, fears, holding on to the fears, and that's what keeps you limited. Underneath that, you do with the Nine of Pentacles, which is the reverse of that. Is someone who lets the money do the thing for it, let the resources do its thing, and just being in your own space and having, more than you need. So I feel like that's what's coming through for you. We have the Sun, all right, which is very positive. Aries, the sun will be shining. This is about happiness, looking at the positive side of things. The Sun card represents growth. So these are all things that are here for you. Aries, that's one thing I want to say, that things are looking good for you, but you are in an element where you're stuck, which I understand can be very panicky when you just want things to move forward and you've got bills to pay or whatever it may be. You just want to move forward with your life. But the Sun card and the Fool card is kind of just saying that you kind of feel deep down something's going to happen, but there are some fears coming through in this period of stagnation that's making you feel like things are reversing or things aren't going the way that they should. Yeah, your advice is the Four of Swords, which is taking a bit of a break, taking a rest, and being okay with being still. With that Four of Swords, this is a good time of healing, a good time to look at the subconscious mind and do some healing there, some shadow work, understand where these thoughts are coming from. All right, but with the Four of Swords, it's time for a rest. All right, it's time to take a bit of a break. This is a really good time to reboot, to re-look at your goals and where you want to be, and get re-motivated. But there is some good news coming away, but it feels like maybe not within the time frame that you wanted, but there is some good news. Let's clarify this Fool card. It's very interesting. There's a big reason why you're wanting to take a leap of faith, and it does feel a bit like escapism, what they're showing me, which is not bad. We all do it, don't worry. We always want to kind of just run away from certain things from time to time. The Hermit and the Five of Swords is representing to me, because the Fool card is coming through the blessed energy. So to clarify, the Fool is the Hermit. And it feels like the only reason why you want this is because you've, been through this. And I always say the Hermit and the Fool are very similar, because this is kind of the Hermit before. So maybe you're wanting that childlike energy back. You're wanting fun, you're wanting joy, you're wanting to be naive, you're wanting that great imagination and that fun energy that we get when we're children, when we don't have those limitations that life put on us. This is something that you're wanting back. It's just life. I feel like that's what it is. The Hermit, you've been spending some time alone. Five of Swords, you may have had some falling out with some people. There may have been some arguments coming up in the last few weeks for you when it comes down to people. Maybe you've had to separate from some. There is a bit of distance involved with the Hermit. You had to learn very hard lessons when it comes down to people or opportunities. Okay, there is a little bit of like tough luck is what they're saying. Like, it's a little bit of bad luck, not bad luck, but it's kind of like tough times is what I want to say. So the Hermit and the Five of Swords, what you're wanting is to restart. You're wanting to start again somewhere else. So some of you could actually be completely changing the industry or doing something very outside your comfort zone or industry, like whatever they mean here is something new, is something exciting, and this is something that you've been wanting. You don't know what though, and that might be the thing coming through, but you know it's coming. That's the only reason why you feel so strongly towards that path. So this Four of Swords is your advice, is to take a rest, take some deep inner thought, take some healing time, rest, sleep, focus on your health. All right, mental health specifically, because of this is subconscious stuff that's coming through with the King of Swords. But being very logical, being very understanding of yourself and why you might be feeling this panic and this fear in your current situation. But you do with the Sun and the Page of Wands, which is good news coming your way. Okay, let's get you one oracle card here. As one card of advice for you is surrender. I can release my need to control. That's very fitting. Very, very fitting for the situation. For Aries, please. Interesting. Yes, some of you, look at this. This is very similar to what we were saying. We have the chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. This feels like something that happened with this Five of Swords and the Hermit, okay? You feel very alone since that happened. But I feel like you had to, because the flag says do not be tempted to lower your standards. Moving forward, don't just jump into something because you feel like you need it and you need it now and it's a part of your escape, you know, like escaping that pain that you went through. Try not to do that. Try to sit with your thoughts, sit in those feelings, understand them with the Four of Swords. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck. Loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. Yeah, don't be tempted to lower your standards, and some of you might need to hear that. You may have had to walk away from a situation because, you know, it was lower, you know, you're not gonna, maybe there were flags, red flags, you know. It's about understanding that it's okay to say no, it's okay to walk away from something that's not fulfilling for you. All right, but don't just jump into just anything. Make sure you keep those standards. All right, Aries, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I'm sending you all of my love, and I hope to see you guys next time.